Jack, you mentioned earlier this Kevin Durant situation with Mat Ishbia and the new ownership, and Bob Myers came out and talked on NBA Today, or was it NBA, or was it today? NBA Today.
So I saw Kevin at a football game a few weeks ago, and I asked him before all this, and I said, "Hey, are you good? Are you happy?" And he said to my face, "I don't want to go anywhere. I don't want to be traded." And I believe it, and I believe he has felt that way all along. But then when you hear your name being mentioned out of, for him at least, I think it was a shock. He was kind of like, I didn't push for this. I didn't ask for this. And then to hear all the people speculating on the Warriors, I actually think the Warriors did the right thing by honoring Kevin's request. Kevin could have gone anywhere in 2016. Any team he wanted to go to, he could have went to. He went to the Warriors, and he's the only person in that whole equation that took criticism for it. I didn't. Joe Lacob didn't. Yeah. Steve Kerr didn't. Steph Curry didn't. Draymond Green didn't. Only Kevin was the one that faced scrutiny. So whatever Kevin would want, had I still been with the Warriors, Kevin would get. He brought 2 championships, tried for a third, ended up getting hurt in that pursuit, 2 finals MVPs. So I like that the Warriors said, we hear you, we wanted you, we respect that you don't want to be here, that's fine. But now if you're Kevin, right, to your question, yeah, you're sitting there going, hang on a second here.
Yeah.
I am doing what you pay me to do. I'm playing basketball. I'm playing at a very good, high rate. And now I hear my name being mentioned. So he's a human being. We try to mythologize. He's a guy. So Kurt, you know him. I mean, you played. I'm not a player. I don't know. But I imagine as a human being, you're kind of shaken up.
Talking about how Kevin was completely blindsided, that he was being fished around or shopped around to anybody because he had, hadn't made a, inquiry about wanting to be traded or needing to be traded. He was very content and happy where he was. And actually our boy Rich Kleiman retweeted that and then deleted it because it just made it seem like KD was happy to be out in Phoenix. But again, my point about these newer owners not understanding the lay of the land, will we all agree that KD has done enough in this league to, if this is going to be what you want to do, and I respect it because as you said, KD, it is a business, could you at least give me a heads up?
Yeah, I agree. They damn so should have gave him a heads up. I mean, goddamn. He didn't have to come there. He had options before he signed with Phoenix. You know what I'm saying? Like he did y'all a solid, and with everything that's going on with Bradley Beal, with everything that's going on with that team, he's the only thing solid. Him and Book are the only thing you got solid. And two guys that you are lucky to have at the same time. 2 of the best shooters to ever play the game. So I don't like how they handled it, but I know how KD is. KD's a real one, and he don't like disrespect and shit and shady shit like that. You know what I'm saying? He don't like it. So I know in the back of his mind, I hope in the back of his mind, let me say, I'm not going to say I know. I hope in the back of his mind this summer that he get the fuck on and go somewhere else and get him a couple more championships before he get out of here.
KD, thoughts?
Yeah, man.
Thoughts on that?
Look, I think there's a certain level of respect and communication and responsibility that the superstars have attributed to the game. Right? The game got bigger on their watch. The money pile got bigger. The pot got bigger. Our fan base grew on their watch. And so it's like these guys are legendary players. And when you have an opportunity, to make a move or make a trade or have a conversation, I think those things need to be had along the way. Some guys earn that right. We also understand that it's a business, but some guys supersede the business. Some guys are bigger. It's bigger than Nino Brown. It's bigger. You know what I mean? And in basketball, in a certain sense, man, with Kevin Durant, he's one of those transformational, players for the last umpteen years. And so, yeah, you do want to have those conversations. And I think they had those conversations, but retroactively after already kind of doing some shopping, and it hasn't worked in Phoenix. It has not worked. It just hasn't worked out. They got a big 3. They got some pieces to the puzzle, but it just hadn't all come together. And I don't believe the basketball gods reward, fractures in organizations. It's the ones who are willing to have the hard conversations, lay it all on the line, have some disagreements. You know what I mean? Sometimes, whatever comes with that, those are the ones who get over that hump. And I just don't think they have the capacity in Phoenix right now or the infrastructure in place to be able to have those kind of conversations and to have and build and respect Kevin Durant as he should be respected.
I think it starts at the top. Winning starts at the top, and that's with ownership. And we all know that Kevin will never let this shit that happened affect his on the court play, but we also know Kevin is someone who holds grudges.
Oh, yeah.
And we don't
got
know
time.
why he didn't want to go back to Golden State. But we understand that there was some shit that went on at Golden State. So that's something in the back of his mind. So this is, to Mat Ishbia and Phoenix management, you guys need to fix this during the season, because what you did is obviously more than enough for him to want to bounce. So to that organization, if you appreciate Kevin Durant and what he's done and what he can still do, you guys need to fix that shit. And then I think the other point is to Bradley Beal. I think that was and I like Bradley Beal. I just think it was a horrible move. And I said it when he came over. I thought it was a horrible move to send him to Phoenix because all those guys do the same thing. And he has this big old crazy Washington contract that gives him power of attorney. You always want the power. I mean, so I'm definitely not mad at him just taking any goddamn deal. But I think that it started back when they signed Bradley Beal to bring him to Phoenix, because they could have got a lot of other pieces that would have complemented your two superstars that were already there.
Yep.
This episode is brought to you by Boost Mobile.
Boost Mobile is now a legit nationwide 5G network. I know we stay joking, but let me take a second to put on my serious voice, because this isn't a joking matter. Me personally, I would never joke about a 5G network that has invested billions in building 5G towers across the country.
Me neither.
Not even once.
Me neither.
Feel me?
Boost Mobile is now a legit nationwide 5G network and also provides coverage across 99% of America. Seriously. Visit boostmobile.com or your nearest Boost Mobile store for more information.
The Boost Mobile network, together with our roaming partners, covers 99% of the U.S. population. 5G speeds not available in all areas.